Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, July 7th at about 10 o'clock in the morning. I have already been outside and done some gardening, fed Grandma breakfast, and now I'm going to tackle a couple of projects in my kitchen that I should have done a day or two ago. I just didn't get to it. The first thing is I have a bowl of remaining apples. Of the red ones, and I want to go ahead and juice those because I think they're kind of getting to be on their last leg. Also, I want some juice this morning, so I will juice some of these apples and drink a quart of juice, and not all apple juice. I'll add a substantial amount of carrot to that, and then I will put the rest in the refrigerator and drink it tomorrow with a little bit of lemon. I have a cantaloupe and a pineapple I need to cut up and take care of. And then if my jars come, I need to make triple berry jam and cowboy candy. So, and I've got, don't I always, a load of laundry that I have been talking about for several days that is still again on the foot of my bed because apparently your girl does not learn life lessons easily. So I'm not going to bring you along for the chopping of the apples and the running through the juicer, but I'll show you my quart of juice when I'm done and see if I can get through these. And then I think I need to look in my box of green apples. It looks like there was one or two that was thinking about going south, so I need to make sure that doesn't happen in my house and get those situated. All right, let's see what we can get done today. My kitchen's in reasonable shape. I'll bring you around. I got a blender in the sink left over from yesterday when I was blending up my blackberries pretty fine so I could run them through a cheesecloth because I am making triple berry jam, but I don't want the blackberry seeds in there. So we will see. Following this, you will see some gardening. And then if we get to the jam or the cowboy candy, I will bring you along for that, or at least pieces of it. We don't know. All right, let me get this going because nobody's going to do it but yours truly. Yesterday, I pulled these out of my garden. For a couple weeks, I thought they were hollyhocks. And they ended up being big, nasty weeds. And so now I have 4 empty spots in my garden. So I'm going to go grab 4 things from the greenhouse and get those planted while it is cool this morning. Okay, I hope you can hear me over our little air conditioning unit. So this is where I'm at this morning. I have 2 Tupperwares of diced apples. I'm about to run those through the juicer. I have the apples that were a little too grody right here to go out to the chickens. And I have a bowl of green apples. I'm going to start working on those because a couple of those apples went bad and I feel like I need to get them out of the box and preserved. So I'm going to juice some juicy and sit down and relax for a little bit, and then I'm going to continue working on the juice this morning. Okay. Here is my juice, and I guess I'm just drinking apple pineapple. I'm about to sit down and drink it in a minute. I have some apple juice here in jars, which I will add a little bit of lemon to, and then I will put those into baggies a little bit later. Now I have some frozen lemon, but I don't have anything thawed, so I'm just going to use my jar of real lemon and just put a squirt in there. It just helps preserve it for a day or two in the fridge and kind of keeps it nice and fresh. Now, This is bowl 1. Let's see how many bowls I take out to the chickens. I'm going to run that out to them. And then I am going to come in, sit down, relax, drink my juice, and then I'm going to come back and tackle a bunch of these green apples. Now, how many of you wish you were me today? Standing in your kitchen, looking pretty stinking cute and taking care of apples. It is a lot of work and it is a big responsibility when you go to some place like the Well and you make a donation and you take home a crate or two of produce. You need to be, listen to me, you need. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I need to be responsible and a good steward of what I bring home. So let me run this out to my little hootie hooties. Oh, I stuck some lemon in the one I'm drinking. Hope I like it. Now let's just take a little sip. Let me grab a straw. Let's see what we think. That lemon is so refreshing. All right, I'll be back after I drink my juice and we will continue, okay? Bowl 1 is empty. I just took it out to the chicken coop. They nearly lost their ever-loving minds. And while I was out there, do you know who said to me, Deanna, we want to go see Grandma? Can you take a guess? Fluffiness. So I'm going to go take her to sit with Grandma for a while. Oopie, my bad. Grandma is napping. Oh, you're so cute. Who wants their little love? Look at those little eyes. Isn't she sweet? She's such a little cupcake. She's so cupcakey. Yes, she is. Ooh, do you want to sit on Daddy's chair in the living room? I have a towel right there, pretty girl. And then if we hear Daddy pull in, we'll get rid of that. Okay, enough of this. You guys do not watch me to see little Fluffy. Oh, it's so cute. I just wish you guys could get a close-up of her little face because it is so sweet. Look at that. She gives me hugs. You're so pretty, Fluffy. You're so pretty. You're the nicest chicken ever. Yes, you are. You want to sit in air conditioning? And live the dream? Okay, let's do. Good morning, everybody. This, of course, is Deanna with Food Bank Beautiful. Who else would be this? It is Monday, July 8th already, and it is about 10:30 or so in the morning. And as you can see, I have popped into the shower. I have put a little bit of makeup on today. Again, I don't want it to look like I'm wearing makeup, just enough to, not scare anybody. And that's because I am taking a 6-week class with my cousin Laura. We're doing a book club that's going to discuss a book called Women Who Run with Wolves. I think that's the name of it. And it's on Zoom, and I just don't want to look like, like an old lady. So here's my short little haircut all tucked away. I'm wearing this cute shirt. Isn't that cute? And you guys can feel free to admire me. It'll be all right. But you don't have to. I'm just joking, right? Let's see. I have a load in the wash machine, a load in the dryer. I have a sink full of dishes, but I have to unload the dishwasher and I don't really want to do it. I have my bedroom area is clean. The living room's in fairly good shape. I do need to run out and check food and water for my chickens. I probably need to run to the co-op today and get them a bag of feed. So I will do that a little bit later. I ordered jars and I was expecting them yesterday. I ordered them on Saturday and Walmart said delivery tomorrow, which would have been Sunday. So on Sunday, I waited for them for a while, and then I checked my Walmart app, and you know when they're coming? Oh, around the 15th or the 18th or the 3rd of July. Yeah. Now, you can't see me on camera because that would be ever so wrong, but I am definitely not giving Walmart the bird right now because that would be wrong. That would be, there is a hair in my mouth. Live TV, people. Yeah. What you see off camera doesn't count. Unless I'm cute. In my cute little sparkly tee. Let's take a look at that again. Isn't that adorable? Okay. So I sent my husband. He's coming home early. He ambushed me this morning. He was supposed to come home about 6 o'clock tonight and about 8:30 this morning. I got a little text from him that said, hey, I'll be home in, an hour. Had to scoot my extra boyfriends out the door and, get rid of any evidence and make the bed and vacuum. I didn't vacuum. Please. I've been with this man for 100 years. I don't vacuum. Okay, so he's coming home early, but on the way home, he's going to stop and see if he can find me some pint-size jars at Winco. Is Winco getting the secret bird off camera? No. Mommy doesn't give the bird to... I had to cough off camera like I was coughing up a lung, so I wanted to spare you guys from that because that's the kind of girl I am, the kind of girl who just thinks of you guys. No. Mommy doesn't give the secret bird to, people that don't irritate me. People who irritate me often get the real bird. What can I say? I'm full of flaw. Okay, enough of that. So if I do get pint-sized jars, actual pint-sized jars today, I'm going to make the cowboy candy and I will bring you guys along for that. And I really want to make the triple jam and one more jam. Now that might happen over the course of 2 or 3 days. I don't know if I can get it all done in one day, especially because I'm doing laundry and have committed myself to 2 stinking loads. Grandma had a great breakfast. She's napping right now. Harriet the Spy is what we call her, but Amanda, she's your chicken named Chicklet. She's funny as a hoot. She likes to sleep in the coop up in the tallest rafters. And she can fly up there. You've heard me say this before, but oftentimes I go out there in the morning and she's still up there afraid to fly down. Now, I can only reach the edge of that rafter with the bird finger, right? That's the only finger that reaches high enough. It takes an act of God to get that bird down. Yeah. So anyway, I got her down this morning. She spent an hour with Grandma, and they camped out at the end of the bed and ate their breakfast together. Harriet the Spy, otherwise known as Chicklet, ate a handful of grubbies. The grubbies are mostly for when the chickens come in to see Grandma. Sometimes I'll throw a handful out there with their scratch. And they had a great morning. I just took her out before I took a shower. I feel so tidy. What is going on? All right, so if I do any of those things, I'll bring you along. If you don't see me till Tuesday, you'll know that I did not get the jars. Okay? All right. Ta-ta, my friends. Okay, I did do something small, so I'll show you. I went out and I gave my birds nice, fresh, cold water. I do that a couple times during the day when it's hot. I like their water to be cold and clean. They are also fed. 2 chickens, however, escaped. So right now, Tessie, Bessie, and Snowball are running my back property. They better stay out of the garden or they're going to be tonight's dinner. Okay, let's look down here. I went ahead and harvested the last of my Tom Thumb lettuces. And you can see that I just pulled them up by their little rooty root roots. because lettuce this time of year is, you know, it's a cool weather crop, and to sit out in the garden in July when it's 90 degrees, your lettuce will turn super bitter super fast. Okay, I just went and rinsed a leaf, and let's taste it and make sure that it's not bitter. If it is bitter, I will immediately take it to my chickens. If it's not bitter, we'll eat it in salad for the next week. Let's see. That is so sweet. Was that me talking with my mouth full? Good. Okay. So I'm just going to give these a spritzy of cool water and set them over by the sink because I don't want to deal with them right now. It will require me to do my dishes, and I don't want to do that right this minute. Okay, everybody, it is 4:45. And what have I done since I left you last? I made lunch. I took those refried beans that we made the other day, and I made burritos for Grandma and I. And I sat and did some stuff, and I laid down and took a rest, and that was it. All right, so I want to show you something. I told you this morning, I harvested all of my lettuce. Oh my God, that's what else I did. It took me forever to clean this lettuce. A couple hours. Not constant, but rinse, pick through, rinse, pick through. This is why they call it Tom Thumb lettuce. Okay, now this had some outer leaves, and I've harvested those. They're in my bags. And I have 2-gallon size bags of lettuce out of my garden because I'm just that kind of girl. They look like this on the inside. So there's multiple, you know, they're about this big when I harvest them with outer leaves. But in the middle, look at this. It has this tiny little Brussels sprout head of lettuce. And that's why they call it Tom Thumb. And it is delicious. It is so good. I wanted you to see that. Okay, I believe that I'm going to go ahead and make the cowboy candy tonight, because if I don't, I'll have too much to do later. So I'm going to put these in the refrigerator, and we'll make salads for the next few days, and that will be delicious. Let me get everything set up, and I'll bring you back for the cowboy candy. Okay. Whew. Can I get anything done today? We do not know. All right, let's take a look down here. I have about 4 pounds of jalapenos, and I'm going to go ahead and slice them, and then I rinse them and drop out most of the seeds. That has been the way that I like to do it. So with gloves on and no touching of the face, I'll just do 1 or 2 for you, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. It's nothing more than this. I like them about right there. And that's it. Oh, and they're spicy. I can smell them, and they smell spicy. Now this shouldn't take too long. I need to make a brine, and I need to sterilize my jars. So I will bring you back at some point and let you know where I'm at. All right, ta-ta. Okay, I have sliced all of my jalapenos, and I want you to see how many seeds are in there. Here's the second container. So if I left those seeds in there, it would be way too fiery for me to eat and enjoy. So I'm going to take them over to the sink, give them a great rinse, and then I'm going to make my brine. And I will bring you back, at least I'll show you the ingredients. I'm not going to do it in front because honestly, I love you guys, but today I'm too lazy to bring out the little electric skillet here. I'm just gonna do it on the stove behind me because I'm lazy. Ooh, okay, my friends. You can see that I have gutted these peppers. And that's because they were so hot that just the fume of them made my nose run like a river. And I was coughing and nearly choking, and it was not fun. This is what's left in the sink. You can see all of those seeds and the inside's guts. If I'm going to go to all the trouble of making cowboy candy, I want it to be a cowboy candy I can eat. Now, I got about 95% of the seeds. I don't mind a little bit of heat, but wow, 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 wow. Okay, I'm going to rinse these again. Son of a biscuit, my friends. Wow, my nose is still running. I have taken off the gloves and I'm getting ready to sterilize my jars. Now, in the comments in the last episode or the one before that, one of you asked me if you need to sterilize your jars, and they had read somewhere that, you know, if you're going to cook your product for so many minutes or whatever, perhaps you don't have to sterilize your jars. Now, I cannot speak to that. I do not know. I don't know the answer to that question. So how I responded is, for myself, I always take my jars, and my husband brought me 2 cases of pint-sized jars because he's yummy. He's so yummy, you guys. He's just yummy. So what I do is when I have a new, it doesn't matter, new or old, if they're new, right out of the box, I take them to the sink and I hand wash them in hot soapy water. Then I stick them in my canner. I think I use the brown function, and it just gets the water really hot, and they sit in there and sterilize. Now, that is where my comfort and safety is, okay? The other thing I do is, if they're not brand new and it's a jar that I'm using again, not a pint size because all my pint size are filled, I run them through the dishwasher and I stick them on my shelves, right? But when it's time to can with them, I take them off the shelves and I do the exact same thing. I hand wash with hot soapy water, rinse them spotless, and then I stick them in my canner to wait for me, and they sterilize in the hot, near boiling water. So if anybody has some information about whether or not you can do that, if you can send me the information of where you found it, I want to make sure that if there is something out there, that it's from a reputable establishment, not, Mary Jane living down the street, right? Mary Jane can do whatever she wants in her own kitchen. That's her business, baby. But I will not be following Mary Jane's advice when it comes to what goes on in my kitchen. I want to follow USDA. Now, every once in a while, I make mistakes. I forget to debubble a jar, or I don't quite get a rim as nicely clean as I can, but I try. All right? And if I have any questions about my own canning, I self-police. I would rather, pop it into the refrigerator and eat it the next day. I would rather pop it in the refrigerator and feed it to the chickens. I would rather put it in the garbage. Okay? All right, I just thought I would let you know that. I am barely recovered from those peppers. Poor grandma was in her bedroom coughing. I had to go in after I was done and shut her door because it was that bad with raw peppers. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I can these bad boys. All right, so I am going to wash these jars, and then I'm going to stick them in my canner to sterilize. And also, I was talking over this, but while I've got them right here, let's go ahead and look at them up close. Okay, I have two of these, but they look like this. Holy crap. Why did I breathe that in? My lungs and my sinuses and every organ I have from here down is going, I will kill you in the dark of night. All right, I'll come back to you guys. All right. The recipe that I'm using is the same one that I have used all the times that I've made this. And I love it because it's simple and it doesn't have a lot of extra foo-foo, you know, spices and stuff in it. I want it just with nothing, right? Next to nothing. So if you Google Acre Homestead Cowboy Candy, Google will immediately take you to Becky's website where she holds all of her recipes. I think she calls it Scratch Pantry. And the recipe will come up for you like a dream. And that is the recipe that I'm using. Now, I'm 100% for sure that you guys are all watching her. But if you decide to make this recipe, go give her some love, okay? So her recipe calls for 3 pounds of jalapenos. I have approximately 4. So I'm going to add a little extra apple cider and a little extra sugar. And that should not affect anything. Okay? All right. So her recipe calls for using 3 pounds of jalapenos, 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, and 4 cups of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of canning salt. So let's go ahead and take care of that first. Go ahead. Go ahead. Your girl's got a real measuring cup, and it's the right size for this. 4, right? Let's see. Can I get it in my jar? Well, hold on, for crying out. All right, I'm back with my half cup measure. And that's because I just don't want to pour it out of this canister and make a big old sugar mess. I still have some chores to do in the kitchen tonight, like cook everybody dinner, and I just don't want the mess. So we're going to start with 4 cups. So I'm going to do 8 of these. You guys know the drill, right? You count along with me. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and I just dumped the rest of it in. It was about another, maybe a third of a cup. All right, now I'm going to do the apple cider vinegar, and it calls for 2 cups. And I'm going to do a little bit more than 2 because I have, well, it shouldn't really make any difference, but I'm going to add a little extra. Oh my God, son of a biscuit. I just don't have the strength I used to have, you guys. I used to be fierce. Well, I'm still fierce, right? Okay, so here's 1 cup of vinegar. Let me bring you down, because even though I'm cute today, I suspect you want to see what I'm doing down here. 1 cup of apple cider. 2 cups of apple cider, and I'm just going to add another ½ cup. And I added a tiny little bit of extra sugar, maybe a third of a cup. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of, and I just use canning salt, so here we go. 1 and 2. Now all we do is we put this on the stove and we bring it to a boil. Once boiling, we're going to add the jalapenos and we're going to bring it back to a boil and cook for 5 minutes. What could be easier? What could be easier? I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, and whoever else is watching, if I can do it, you can do it. I am 61 years old, and short of making jam when I was a child and jam in my 30s when I lived in Iowa, and I made pickles back then too. I was not a serious canner. And I wouldn't say that I'm a serious canner now, except I can things that I have never canned before, and I feel spectacular spectacularly awesome, and I want you guys to feel spectacularly awesome because you are. So let's stir this. I'm gonna get this bad boy on the stove, and I'm gonna get all the rest of my supplies ready, and we're gonna have some cowboy candy because, my lovelies, this is all I have left. That's it. I know. I don't even know. I got so close. So close. If I'm ever out of that, I don't know. I don't know if I'll survive. I'll survive, but I won't be happy and I won't be nice. Okay, I'm just dissolving this. I'm going to go ahead and stick this on the stove. I'm not going to bring you back. Well, I don't know. I always say what I am and aren't going to do, and then I do something completely different. So we'll see. Okay, ta-ta. Oh my God, it's taken me 3 tries to film this. Hold on. Okay, stirring that. It's nowhere near boiling. I talk to my cousin. I talk to her almost every day. She and I are very close. I am closer to her than I am any of my siblings, and you know, I adore her. I'm very close to one of my brothers, to tell the truth. But anyway, so I was talking to her, and she is going to make kombucha. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And she said next time she comes up here, if I want, she will bring the stuff and teach me how to make kombucha. And you know what? I want. Yes, I do. So it's so good for you. I don't really know that much about it. I know that it really helps with like gut health, and it tastes good, and it's refreshing, and it's way better for you than a Coca-Cola, right? Or a tequila or a Corona, and you guys know it. Okay? So she also said that she felt so shy to be on camera that she couldn't do it last time, but she thinks that she could probably do it this next time. And so we might have Laura coming up here and making kombucha with us. So that will be lovely. Now, she and I are also taking a course on a book called Women Who Run with the Wolves. Have any of you guys read that? I can't think of the instructor's name, but it's a 4-month course, and we had our first class today and another class on Thursday, and it was so interesting. It was about, you know, women's roles in mythology, in fairy tales, even in our everyday life. And it was so good. One of the archetypes was called Baba Yada, or Yada Baba. Big, old, cranky, fierce woman. Yeah. They had other types too, and you were supposed to talk about who you were closest to. And I'm closest to Baba Yada, right? I'm not the little happy, innocent maiden. I'm not the one who destroys things and brings them back up better than they were. No, no, I don't have that kind of inner fortitude. I am the old crabby witch. And I love her. All right? And I love her. All right, I got to go back to this, or we're going to have some problems. You guys are so fun. I truly wish every time I talk to you that you guys were just right here in my living room or over by the sink doing my dishes. Let's tell the truth. Yeah, let's tell the truth. Okay, my lovelies, I just added my 2 containers of the jalapenos, and you can see that it is quite high, and I'm just going to let that kind of cook down and then bring it to a boil and go from there. Okay, now you can see that that has cooked down quite a bit, right, height-wise. Now I'm just checking it for a boil. It doesn't look like it's anywhere near a boil. So we'll just keep an eye on it. It should be fine, you guys. I'm not at all worried. Okay, I wanted you to see the rolling boil. I have started my timer now for 5 minutes. All right. Our jalapenos have boiled for 5 minutes. They are now sitting right here in front of me, and I am going to can these jalapenos. Now I'm going to bring you down, and right here you can see my jars are still filled with the water because I wanted them to stay warm. I've got boiling jalapeno and liquid, and I want my jars to be hot. So I'm just going to lift this up now and pour it back into my canner because I've got a water bath with enough water to reach 1 inch over the top of the jar lids. All right, so let me bring you down. Here's my empty jar. Here's my thing that I have washed and with hot soap and water. I have, where's my vinegar? Where did I put it? There it is. I have some vinegar here that I use for wiping the rims, and of course, you know I love my little cut-ups of tissues. All right, so let's get to it. Here we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and press those down a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and fill all the jars, and then I'll make sure that they're all nice and even. This I'm not finished filling, but I want to know how much I actually have, how many jars I can actually fill. So I will bring you back in a second. Let me bring you back and show you what I've done. So down here I have filled the jars. I had enough peppers to press in pretty tightly. And now I'm just going to bring my liquid up to the 1/4 inch mark, and then we're going to wipe down the rims, and we're going to water bath this for 10 minutes. So let me do that for you. I'm just going to dip into the just bringing it to the 1/4 inch mark. And I'm eyeballing it because I lost my tool, but I'm pretty confident that I like where my liquid's landing. Okay, so that is good. I'm going to pull one out and we're going to taste it in a little bit, even though it hasn't gone through the whole canning process. There we go. Okay, now this is sticky, so I want to make sure that my rims on the glass are good. I just dip my towel in vinegar, and I like to just go around the edge. Just go around the edge and make sure that it's all good. My hands are clean. This looks good. I'm going to take a dry one and just make sure that there's nothing around that edge. I would rather take the time and do this right than have it be an issue. Now, I don't have one of my good straws, but we're going to try to debubble with this. And I know that I need to get paper straws or metal straws. I just haven't been able to do it. So here we go. And I kind of debubbled earlier with the spoon off camera, so I'm pretty confident that this is good. But I just want to be 100% sure. This is where I get just a little bit crazy. Okay, there we go. Now this is going to be water bath, so I like my rims a little bit tighter than if I'm pressure canning. These jars are hot. All right, and I can't, oh yeah, I can. Well, Let me go off camera for a minute. Okay, I'll bring you back for last jar. You guys all know how to do this, but you know, what else you got to do? Your laundry, clean the bathroom, pay bills, walk the dog, whatever, right? Here we go. So this is my last jar, and I like to take my finger and feel around the rim. Now I already debubbled, but I'll do it again for you. You just want to make sure that you've got as much air out of there as possible. You're looking for little air pockets. Now when I air bubbled this, the first one air bubbles did come up, so it's really important to do that step. Here's my vinegar. I like to just make it nice and clean. If the jar feels sticky, sometimes I go up and down the jar. Of course, I'll take care of that tomorrow after it's cooled and before it goes on the shelves. Here is the lid. And again, we're going to do it a little bit tighter than fingertip tight. And it's going to go into the canner, which is right. Oh, you got my arm. That had to be fun. Well, it's not going to stay. So here's our jar going into the canner, and my canner is to the full mark. It has a full inch of water on top of the canner. Follow the directions for your own canner. Now I always forget the water bath sequencing. So I keep my handy, you guys have seen this, right? Even if you think you remember what you're doing, it's better to check. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, people. Water bath control panel. Let's just review. All right, so we got to be on exhaust. There we go. We're going to hit stop because I was doing some things, and then we're going to hit start. I got to read the whole. Okay, my eyes didn't go to the top, and that's why I was going, this is not right. Okay, that's just me. All right, so we put it on exhaust. We're going to do water bath. We're going to hit the time button, and this is going to be for 10 minutes. And then we're going to hit start. Oh, it doesn't like what I did. Let's do it again. Water bath, time, 10, and start. Oh, it doesn't like my lid. See how it has those safety features? There we go. I'm just going to clear it and do it again because I just want to make sure. So we're going to do water bath. Time is 10. My lid is right. My exhaust is right. And now we're going to hit start. Now it looks perfect to me. I'd rather take the time to feel 100% confident that I have done what I need to do. Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sassy today. Baba Yada. Baba Yada? Yada Baba? I don't remember which way it goes. Yada Baba. You guys can start calling me Yada Baba now. Yada Baba, baby. All right, I'll be back when I have the jars out of the canner to show you that. This has been so much fun. I don't know. I have a blast with you guys. You guys are so fun. I hope you're having a little bit of fun too. So I will not be doing the triple berry jam tonight, but I will be doing it tomorrow if all goes well. I'll have to pull my berries out tonight, stick them in the refrigerator because they're just a frozen block. But I think that's going to be so good. Triple berry. All right. Ta-ta. Oh, wait. I was busy cleaning up my mess, and I remembered that I pulled out one of these to do a pre-taste test. Okay, I have not tasted this, so, you know, if I spit it out on you, gosh, I'm sorry. Okay? Take your chances. Here we go. Mmm. It's stuck in my teeth. Wow. Instead of taking a book class for 4 months, I should be taking finishing school. How to be polite, how to be a lady. I don't want to be any of those things. Polite, yes, I will be polite. I will be polite first, and then if I have to be something else, I have no problem being something else. Okay, that was spicy, but it was so delicious, and I'm so glad I took the time to take the centers out and all those seeds, because had I left the seeds in, it would have been fiery hot, and I don't want that. I want a little bit of heat that goes, hey, mama, do you want to go to Cabo San Lucas? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Been there, done that when I was young. Okay, so that's what it tastes like. It tastes like we're going to go to Cabo San Lucas. We're going to sit on the beach. We're going to drink a few margaritas. We're going to stick our feet in the sand and in the water. We're going to tell all of our girl stories. Boys, if you are in here, you are welcome to join us in Girl Talk. You don't know what you're missing. So that's what it tastes like. It tastes like Cabo San Lucas. It's so yummy. Okay, I am going to, I don't know. I'm going to look at my dishes, and I got to cook dinner, and it's nothing fancy tonight. It's fish sticks that you will remember I got from the well. That's what I have the energy to do, and I'm not even sure I have a nice vegetable to go with it. I could make Cabo San Lucas just wants to announce its presence with authority. Okay? Yeah. It's good, you guys. It's so good. I could make a salad, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. What are you guys having for dinner? I hope it's better than... Actually, the fish sticks I got from the well are really yummy. Everybody likes them. So let me get that done. All right, everybody. It is 10:39 at night, and I am going to go to bed. You can probably hear the air conditioner, but it's hot here, so we're going to sleep with it on tonight. So I just wanted to show you the finished product. I'll bring the camera down, and you can see all 4 of my jars there. They all sealed beautifully. So we have 4 gorgeous jars of cowboy candy. Right there, looking so pretty. So I'll label these tomorrow, double check the seals. As I touch them, the jars don't feel sticky or anything, but I'll give them a wipe down, write on them, and stick them on the canning shelves. And then right now, I'm going to pull out, here it is. There we go. I'm going to pull out the berry mix. It's frozen, but this is my triple berry jam. And I'm just going to stick it in the refrigerator, and I'm going to try to can this up tomorrow morning. So we'll see. So you guys, good night. It was a fun day for me. I hope you guys had fun in your own daily life. And I will see you for whatever we do. Well, we're going to do this. I will do this on camera for you. That is the triple berry. Strawberry, blueberry, blackberry. Ooh, that blackberry. That was a little bit of work. I also have enough blueberries to make another blueberry jam, and maybe enough strawberries. And I'm thinking about making a blueberry jalapeno. And there's also a recipe for a strawberry jalapeno. And I think my husband is buying me a book, that big ball canning book. I think so. Oh, see all that? Why are you here? Oh, well, what can you do? Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow, and we will make triple berry jam. Okay? All right. Good night. Sleep well. Ta-ta. Well, hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. It's about 12 noon, give or take, and I don't know what's going on with my hair today. Today I went in there to put it in my cute little pigtails, and this is what I ended up with, and halas, this is how it stays. The most important thing is we don't want hair in the food, and there we go. All right, so when I left you yesterday, I left you with a frozen container of my triple berries. That has thawed. And this morning or early afternoon, we are going to make triple berry jam. So right behind me, you will see a pot that is boiling. I don't know if it's boiling yet, but my jars are in there. I hand washed them and then I put them in that water to boil while I do other things. The lids are in a strainer. I hand washed those. And then they're just in a strainer. You guys see that? On top of the jar, so that I don't have to fish them out in boiling hot water. I think that'll work just fine. Now, the triple berry jam, I blended it all up, but I didn't measure it. So I need 9 cups of mixed berries. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure that. The lemon is already in this. I also have 7 cups of sugar measured out, and I have 2 boxes of pectin. So we're going to go ahead and get this made, and if I'm short on fruit, I will run out and get some more blueberries. So let's go ahead and bring you down, and I am wearing a white shirt to can in, and that is probably a disaster, but this white shirt has holes in it. So I'm okay with that. I work in my garden in this shirt, and in the wintertime, as long as the collar stays nice and white, I will tuck it under sweaters and it'll be fine. I don't care. At this point, I can't really wear it out in public because it has holes right over one of the sisters. Okay? If I want to expose the sisters in public, I want to do it intentionally, not by accident. Anybody want to go to Mardi Gras? Anybody ever been to Mardi Gras? I don't know. All right. One other thing. Yesterday I was telling you about that class that I'm taking, and I was all over the place. It is a 4-month class. And the lovely little witch that I was telling you about, her name is not Baba Yaga. It's Baba Yaga. And she is the stuff that Russian children's nightmares are made out of. When I read more about her last night, I thought, oh my God, I love more the idea of her in my head than I do in the actual mythological character. She does eat small children, and you know, I have yet to eat a small child. I just want to be fierce. I want people to have a certain amount of fear, right? Yeah, I want to take no prisoners and eat the wounded, and I do that every day. So anyway, enough of that. Let's make triple berry jam. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down, and we're going to measure out 7 cups of berries. And I did not pull out any additional berries because I don't know. I need 9 cups. 9. Let's see what we've got. Count with me, please. So we have 1, 2, 3, 'Can I get that? Not like that. What was that? 3. Here is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How close are we to 9? Oh, we're pretty stinking close. We're going to call that 9. And I will go around my thing with this, and that will be sufficiently close enough. Okay, now jam is all basically made the same. Follow your recipe though. This recipe for triple berry jam is located on the website Taste of Home. Triple berry jam, www.tasteofhome.com. I'm sorry I'm in your face. I want to turn a light on. There. I'm laughing at my own hair. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, but I only get one run at it, and I'm not going to go back in there and fix it. Okay, we have 9 cups of jam or fruit in here. To this, we are going to add 2 boxes of pectin per the recipe. So let's go ahead and do that. And I don't think I have any more pectin. I thought maybe I was going to order some. My order came, there's no pectin in it, so I must have forgotten. Which means that for a few days we will not be making jam. Or I'll have to go to the local store and get a couple boxes. Okay, let's bring it down. 2, oh, you're crooked. Are you guys drinking today? All right, that'll have to work. All right, there's 1. And here is 2. And we are going to put this on the stove, bring it to a boil, and let it boil for 1 minute. Now I'm going to go back and look at that recipe again. If it's anything different than what I just told you, I will come back and correct myself. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now let me stir that. Hope you guys are having a good day. I don't know what your temps are, but in my part of the world, I think we're expecting 94 degrees today. So I have gone out, watered everything, taken care of the chickens, gathered eggs, pulled weeds, tied up some tomatoes, and that's how my day is going. Okay, I am now going to put this on the stove and bring this to a boil. All right, I don't know if I'll be bringing you for every step of the way because you've seen me make jam so many times, and this isn't so much a tutorial as it is what am I doing in my daily life. So on the stove it goes. Okay, I'm glad I checked. The sugar is actually 11 cups of sugar, not 7. I have a ½ cup measuring in front of me. Let's go ahead and add 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to fill this up 8 times. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, sugar is now correct. Okay, I will come back to you all and show you, of course, when I can a jar and when I pull it out. But for the most part, you guys have seen me do this, right? We're going to bring it to a boil. Just make sure, yeah, boil 1 minute, and then 1/4 inch headspace. Does it say? Yeah, same thing. So you bring it to a boil, boil it for a minute. Then you add your sugar, you bring it back to a rolling boil and boil for 1 more minute. So this recipe is saying boil for 1 minute after you add the sugar instead of 5, but you're gonna water bath at 10 minutes. So pretty basic. Read your recipes, people. Don't do a Deanna. Read your recipes. Okay, I'm going to see if my dishwasher's unloaded, and if it is, I'm going to load my dishwasher. I'll be making burritos for everybody for lunch later. I've got some leftover refried beans. I've got some hamburger I'm going to add some taco seasoning to. I've got cheese, lettuce. I don't think I have any tomatoes. I've got salsa verde, so we're just going to eat that for lunch, and then we may or may not eat dinner because it is going to be warm today. I've got some nice fresh cold cantaloupe in the refrigerator. My husband is napping, but when he wakes up, I think I'll ask him to cut this remaining pineapple that's on my counter. All right, let's get to it, people. Let's rock and roll. Let's put something else on our canning shelves. And next fall, when it's October and it's a little bit cold and we're eating our English muffins, we'll pull out this triple berry jam and it will be delicious. And at Christmas time, when I bake a ton of cookies, we'll make those thumbprint cookies, and we'll be using the triple berry jam. Probably that bell pepper spicy jam that I made. And if I have enough blueberries, I can't do it right now because I don't have pectin, I'm gonna make a blueberry jalapeno jam. So we'll see. I'll be back. Is it Christmas? Has Santa come? I don't know. But I do know this. If Santa is a 71-year-old Palestinian, he has come and he has unloaded my dishwasher. Let me see if I can bring you over. Can I? There we go. Yeah, I'm a little spoiled. Now I'm gonna load the dishwasher. I don't mind loading the dishwasher. I hate to unload it. You guys have known me now for how many months? 7, 8, 9, probably 9 months. And every time I have to unload that dishwasher, I pout like an 8th grade girl. Yeah, it's not pretty. I'm not pretty. All right, let me go load the dishwasher while we're waiting for that. Okay, my dishes are in the dishwasher. My sink area looks pretty good. Go ahead and admire. Yeah, your girls are rocking it today. That is almost at a rolling boil, not quite. And I just wanted to show you. Addie and I had apple juice today, and we had it in a little bit, we had each a pint, and there was a little bit more, so we finished it off. This is apple juice that I prepared on Sunday, I believe. And I had a quart of it sitting in my refrigerator with a squirt of lemon juice in it. And today, when we drank it, 2 days later, about 48, maybe 60 hours later, it tastes like fresh squeezed. So I'm going to run out to my freezer and I'm going to pull out a bag of apple and a bag of carrot, and I'm going to let them thaw in the refrigerator. And tomorrow, instead of having to juice, I should be able to just use that frozen juice. It already has lemon in it, but I'll probably add another squirt of lemon for the day or two that it sits in the refrigerator. And if that's delicious, I will continue to freeze the juices. I'll come back and show you. I think Addie is on the lookout for an additional freezer for me, just so that I can store things like big bags of carrots until I can get to them to clean them, that kind of thing. I don't know that it's something we're getting right away, but it is on the radar. So let me check this again. That is not at a rolling boil, so I'm going to run and get those 2 bags of frozen juice. Now, I just checked that, and it is doing a tiny little boil, but it is not a rolling boil. Let me taste my juice for you. So fresh, so lovely. This is what I went and pulled out of the freezer. I have a bag of apple and a bag of carrot, and at the moment they're kind of stuck together, but give them 15 minutes at room temperature. I'll be able to take those apart. Now I am going to store these in my refrigerator, but I'm going to store them standing up because I don't want any spills. This is enough juice for Addie and I to have quart-sized juices, which is what we like in the morning. We both prefer it to breakfast. Now, I still make breakfast now and then, but right now in the summer, we are loving this juice. These apples and these carrots are from the well. You all know that I make a donation when I go there, and I come home with what my family will use. Your girl needs to work on her etiquette skills. All right, well, hallelujah. I'm not spreading germs in your face because we do this all virtually. Thank God, right? Okay, except I would truly love to have you all in my kitchen and in my living room and at my dinner table any day of the week. I love to feed people. I like to make new friends. If you want a friend who's a crabby Baba Yaga, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. Baba Yaga. Okay, so let me set this aside, and this is, like I said, this is enough juice for Addie and I to both have quarts of apple carrot juice for 2 days, maybe 3. Okay, the triple berry is taking its sweet time coming to a boil, and that's fine. My kitchen's in really good shape, and I went out and checked what I have left for canning fruit, and I have a gallon and a half of blueberries, and I have about a little less than half a gallon of rhubarb. So we've worked our way through my strawberries and my blackberries, and so kudos to us. I might make another batch of blueberry jam today, but I'm going to sit down for a while and do some resting. And I think that we're in really pretty good shape, and that will feel nice to me to have the fruit out of my freezer so that I can start focusing on other things. And we will see. All right, let me go back and check on that. It's taking its sweet time. Taste of Home recipe says you only have to boil it for a minute. Well, Taste of Home is pretty reputable, so I should just really follow those directions, but I feel like I'm going to boil it for 5, like I do for every other jam that I make with pectin. I don't think it'll hurt anything. I'm just going to do it anyway. So if you go use the Taste of Home recipe for triple berry jam, follow the recipe or do what you think is right for your kitchen. For me, I'm going to boil it the 5 minutes. All right, I'll be back. Okay, this has boiled. Like I said, I boiled it for 5 minutes. Right there. And I'll go ahead and fill 1 jar for you. So my jar is hot. These are filled with water. I will be dumping those into my canner just to get them out of my way, but I want my jars hot because they have to water bath, and my water bath water is very hot. So here's my jam. Smells delicious. Let's go ahead and fill up a jar. Okay. The reason why I did that is because I want a place for this to rest. Okay, now back down here you can see I've got some dribble going on along the edge. We're going to take a clean straw and we're just going to go ahead and make sure there's not a hidden, bubbly down there, and there's not. We're going to lay it down and we're going to clean up this jar. However, I think I need just a tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, that's where I want it. Okay, that's ready. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this up. Vinegar. I'm just going to get the part that I can see first. We want it to not be sticky. That feels good. Over here, I have the lids and the rims that I pulled out of the steam. There it is. And because we are water bathing, I want that lid a little bit tighter than I would for pressure canning. And that, my friends, is the first jar of triple berry. So I'll come back to you when when these have cooled. I don't think I'll come back just to show you that I pulled them out of the water bath, but I'll come back sometime today and show you the cooled products and how many jars we got. Again, if I can do it, you guys can do it. And if you're getting frozen fruit from your food bank, you know, strawberries, peaches, blueberries, throw them in your freezer, and when you have enough, make jam. Now, you most likely will have to buy the sugar and the pectin, and maybe you're not able to do that. That's okay. Eat them some other way. But if you can buy sugar and pectin, make jam. You'll have little tiny Christmas gifts for the season. You'll have beautiful jam to eat on your toast, and you'll get a lot of bread from the food bank. You'll be able to put dollops of it in yogurt and oatmeal. Those are both things that you'll get quite frequently at the food bank. And who knows what you can do. All right, you guys, lovely as always. I will see you later. Now, my water bath canner has reached its rolling boil. My timer is set. I have 8 more minutes before I can turn the heat off and let it sit for 5. I did get an additional, I'll show you. So I have 5 full pints in that canner, and then I got 3 half pints, and they're just sitting in hot water over here because they're going to go into that canner when it's done. And I also got a little itty bitty baby half pint, and we're going to go ahead and take a taste of this. I have not tasted it yet. So this is the triple berry jam. It's looking beautifully set. It's gorgeous. All right, here we go. Wow. The texture on that is so nice. And I think part of the reason is I pureed all of my blueberries, or not blueberries, my blackberries, and then I ran them through a strainer, cheesecloth, because I didn't want those seeds. But the blackberry flavor is in there, and it is delicious. Then I ran all of my fruit, my strawberries, blueberries, and the blackberry puree in my Vitamix and got a lot of it. I mean, there's still chunks of fruit in here, but it's very, very smooth and so delicious. I think the triple berry is my favorite jam that I've made this year. And you and I have made some great jams. We made blueberry vanilla, we made strawberry rhubarb, we made straight strawberry, we made straight rhubarb, we made strawberry rhubarb, and we made hot pepper. So we did a lot of things. If I ever get a case or get my hands on some peaches, we're going to make some peach jam. We'll see. Okay, that is scrumptious doodle, you guys. I did make a mess down here. So I'm going to rinse this towel off, and then I will put it in the laundry. I just don't want to put it in the laundry with big hunks of jam on it because that will stain. So I want to make sure I take care of that first. And we did it, you guys. We made jam in about an hour and 15 minutes. Not bad, right? I had fun. I hope you had fun. I don't know that I'll be doing any other canning today. I did get my first beautiful Gerber daisy out there, and I'll probably take a picture of it and include that in here because those little daisies, they don't love their life. They are struggling. They don't like anywhere I put them. So after this bloom has come and gone, I'm going to dig those Gerber daisies up, and I've got some 2-gallon size pots. I'm going to put all 3 of them together because they're really scraggly little orphan Annies, and see if I can bring them back to reasonable life. And if not, oh well, because Mama doesn't keep ugly things in her garden. I'll do my best. I'll fertilize you, I'll water you, I'll sing to you, I'll dance around naked and chant ancient and I don't know, whatever. I don't really do that, but it's fun to say. But I bet Baba Yaga would do it. All right, so I'll leave you here and then we'll see if I do anything else today.